Before I should begin, I did want to thank Emily for running these presentations over the past 2.5, 3 years, one a month. Everyone knows there a tremendous amount of research and effort goes into these every month, and so thank you, Emily. I hope everyone found them as informative and helpful as I have.
Yeah, welcome to my final side of the room. I feel obliged to say, can everybody see my screen? And David, you need to enable screen sharing, please. Yeah, welcome to mead. We've gone through all of the beer styles. We've done cider, and now we're finishing off on mead. I do feel obliged to say this is BJCP 2015. It's been long enough that I've been putting these damn things on, but BJCP finally came out with another revised version of styles. So our announcement competition is going to, I think, be 2021 styles.
Yes, it will.
So, okay, so don't refer to these explicitly when you're...
You gotta start again, and I hope I'll update it.
We'll see.
I'll make some recyclable categories.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see about that. Yeah, so mead, just a very brief history. Beekeeping has been around for freaking eons. Like, there's cave drawings that have evidence of beekeeping has been happening for millennia of years. And it's not really a surprise. Humans need food, and in particular relating to beverages, fermentation is a way for humans to ensure that they have a clean source of liquid. This fermentation introduces ethanol to the process, and then that kills bacteria and makes it safer for humans to drink. Mead did sort of drop off, kind of in line with prohibition, but also just cheaper sugar sources started to become available. So, economics. But it's starting to become a little bit more widely known now. And just like a lot of craft brewer things, like with Grandma Ale, craft brewer enthusiasts, home brewers are often responsible for that kind of resurgence. So, traditional meats, there's your dry, your semi-sweet, and your sweet. These sort of follow along with the wine categories. So think of a dry white wine and work your way up to a dessert wine. In general, but not guaranteed, the mouthfeel sort of follows along with that. So like a dessert wine is going to be much more full-bodied than a dry, crisp white wine. When you're entering mead into a competition, there's a few things you have to keep in mind. You have to declare the carbonation as being either still, petulant, or sparkling, and you also have to specify the strain. BJCP guidelines also dictate there's a general range of final gravities for the sweetness, but that's not something that you should be taking as gospel because the sweetness is not purely dependent on that number. It's residual sweetness. So it's a percentage of your gravity. So if you're starting really, really high, you might be finishing a lot higher even if it's dry. The rest of the style categories don't have my pretty little graphs because they're just do whatever you want them. So cider, climate, braggot. Cider, climate, braggot is mead with cider, mead with wine, and mead with beer. In each case, we want to have a balance between the two. So in the case of, for example, a braggot, you don't want to have the beer overwhelm. If you do end up with that sort of a situation, you want to enter it into the beer category. You want to have a nice balance between the two different styles. For everything that involves fruit, there's berry, there's stone fruit, and there's melomel. Melomel is the style name for the greater category, but you only use it when it is not a fruit that falls into one of the other two. For example, a lemon lime kind of thing. And then there's the rest of them. So the fruit and spice, this is explicitly fruit and spice. There's spice, herb, and vegetables, so it's any combination of the above. Historical mead, there are not a terrible amount of these, but they do exist, such as Tej from Ethiopia. And then there's experimental, which is just everything. everything else. Locally available examples. Most of the time, this slide contains things that you can get at the LCBO. There's only 2 of them that you can get at the LCBO, which is the Mind Over Matter and it Feels Like Friday. Feels Like Friday you can actually get a couple blocks away at Brunswick. But the rest of them you're going to have to find them online. But they are quite local. In particular, the Monroe's Meadery, they have a selection of the traditional meats, so you can get like the free, the dry, the semi-sweet, and the sweet, and you can do a full comparison between the 3.
There's also roast meat down there.
It's not a comprehensive.
It's possible to do like a full comprehensive list of all meaderies in Ontario on one slide.
Yes, unfortunately, it is possible to do that. So that's the end of sale of the month. That's also the end of my, more or less, the end of my involvement as a club officer. I'm going to still be involved on the back end a little bit. I help out quite a bit on the website, but I'm part of the escarpment crew now involved, and it's a bit of a trek to get out here to meetings, so you'll still see me around, especially at competitions.